you for your time and thank you for joining me. The purpose of this video is for you students to learn on how to write an assignment. So remember, the purpose of this video is for you to learn on how to write an assignment. Whether full-time, distance or online students, this video is for you. And then the objective of this presentation is to equip students with the skills they need on how to write a standard academic assignment for all schools. So the purpose or the objective of this presentation is to equip students or learners on how to write a standard academic assignment across all schools. Okay? And then the introduction, under the introduction, writing an academic assignment for Charles Life University, like any other university, involves few simple rules and guidelines. So when you're writing an assignment for Charles Life University, it is the same as other university. It only involves few rules and guidelines. Academic assignment follows structure and organized approach. In this presentation, you will learn on how to write an assignment in a systematic way for good grades in your course. Very important. Let us also look at how you can understand the assignment prompt. Let us also look at how you can understand the assignment prompt. So under this point, you need to read the assignment question carefully. Under this point, you need to read the assignment question carefully. It is very much important that you read the question so many times as you can, so that you can easily understand the question. Because once you understand the question, it will be very easy for you to answer the assignment. It will be very easy for you to search the needed information for the assignment. So the second point, another point from this is research more about the topic of the assignment to understand the requirements. Okay, so you need to research. You need to research the topic of the assignment. You need to first research the topic of the assignment. You have to understand it, because without understanding that topic of the assignment, it will make you not to answer the assignment in a proper way. This is the reason why we're saying that research more about the topic of the assignment to understand assignment requirements. Okay, another prompt is understand the main task that you are required to do. You need to understand the main task that you are required to do in an assignment. That is very important. And then the other task on this point is that you have to know the assignment format and the standards required. It is very much important to know the format of the assignment, okay? Because you don't have to mix the format. It is very much important to follow the format of the given question, okay? Definitely very important as we proceed to another law. Okay, so the other points that are very much important as you write your academic assignment is that you need to create an outline. You need to create an outline, and then also an assignment must have an introduction. An assignment must have an introduction, and then it also must have the main body. Now, what is needed under create an outline? So what is needed under create an outline is that develop a clear logic structure for your assignment. You need to create a clear logic structure for your assignment. You should be able to create a roadmap before you start working on your assignment. Very important. Outline the introduction, main body, and conclusion. You should be able to outline the introduction, the main body, and the conclusion of your assignment. Very important, guys. Okay, so apart from that, under create an outline is that break down the main body into sections based on the key point. So you need to break down the main body into sections based on the key points. Okay, so that is just part of how to create an outline. Now let us also talk about the introduction, because every assignment must have the introduction. Every assignment must have the introduction. So under the introduction, provide the background information on the topic. You should be able to provide a background on the information on that topic that you have been given. Okay, let's say for example, you are working on something. I'll just give an example. Under the introduction, you need to paraphrase, you need to make an interesting starting, because as you start with something that is interesting, it will definitely allow the lecturer or anybody that is marking your assignment. So the way you start your assignment matters. The way you start your introduction matters. It is very much important, because you may find that some of the lecturers, they are busy enough, so the only thing that they will consider is they will consider your introduction if it is very much interesting. Let's say, remember, you have been given an assignment where you need to write maybe 10 pages. So 10 pages is a lot of pages. So the way you start your introduction matters, okay? Your introduction matters because it will definitely set the eyesight for the lecturer or whoever is handling your assignment. This is the reason why we're saying that under the introduction, it provides background information to the topic. So you provide the background, okay? So it should be able to be ear-catching. Very important. State the purpose of your assignment. You should be able to state the purpose of your assignment. What is the purpose of your assignment? Why are you answering that question that you have been given as an assignment? What is really important in that assignment? So you should be able to state the purpose of your assignment, and then later on under the introduction, clearly present your synthesis or main argument. You should be able to present your main argument properly. Okay, very important. That is if you have done all the research and you have understood all what is needed. So we're saying that under the introduction, this is where now you introduce the topic of the assignment question. Okay, very important. Now let's also talk about the main body. Now when you talk of the main body, under the main body, follow the outline to address each key point. So you should be able to address the outline to address all the key points. Okay. So under the outline, let's say you have come up with your own point. Okay. You need to put, okay, this will be point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. So you should be able to follow your points. So we are saying that under the main body, you should put the point accordingly. So if it is point 1, that is after you have expanded your assignment question into two smaller sub-components. Okay, so follow the outline to address each key point, and then use paragraph to organize and develop your ideas. It is very much important that your assignment should have paragraphs, okay? Because an assignment without paragraph, it will make the lecturer or whoever is marking that assignment bored. So definitely an assignment must have a paragraph. An assignment must have paragraphs. Very important. Okay. Another point is that support your points with evidence and examples. Very important. So when you are working on the assignment, you should be able to support your points with evidence. You must be able to research. This is the reason why we're saying that you should be able to research. If your assignment involves that, you should also look for the information in the newspaper, or in the newspaper and research. If the assignment requires you also to look for different kind of books in order to come up with the information, make sure that you use all those books. If your assignment question requires you that you should also search other videos that have talked about the very assignment that you're working on, you should be able to look at also into that information. And then also put examples, practical examples in line with the assignment question. Very important as we proceed to another part of how you can definitely work on your assignment properly. As we proceed to another way of writing an academic assignment, so under this episode, we look at the conclusion, reference, and review and revise. Okay, so on this episode, we look at conclusion, references, review, and revise. So under the conclusion of an academic assignment, summarize the main points of the assignment. So under the conclusion, you should be able to summarize, okay? You should be able to summarize. Summarizing means that you should be able to indicate something starting from your introduction, your main body, and the conclusion. So you should be able to combine the introduction, the main body. Very important. So conclusion, you can either say in conclusion or in a nutshell. Okay, and then respect your main argument to indicate where your point is. Okay, I'll give an example here. Restart your main argument to indicate where your main point is. Let's say, for example, you are dealing with something. To do. I'll give an example of an assignment to do with drugs, and then you want to come up with a conclusion. Then you can say that to a large extent, we have seen that the number of youths that are taking drugs have increased. To a large extent, we have seen that the number of students that are taking drugs have increased as compared to previous years. That is just part of the conclusion. You are trying to compare from the introduction and the main body. Very important. Provide a brief overview of an implication of your research. So you should be able to provide an overview. Like I've given an example. I'm just giving an example. Maybe like you're working on an assignment where you need to research about drug abuse. Okay. So the point here we're saying provide a brief overview of the implication of your research. Okay. So definitely very important. Now, we look at the point of references. References are also very important in an assignment. Okay, so here, cite all sources using the appropriate citation style, e.g., Harvard, APA, or MLA. So these are the common sites that you can use when you are working on an academic assignment. It is very much important to cite your assignment, because if you don't cite your assignment, it may mean that whatever information that you have put in that assignment, you just came up, you yourself came up with that information, which is not true, because majority of the information that we use as you are working on an assignment are already used information. It is an information that has been done by other authors. So this is the reason why we're saying that it is very much important to cite your assignment as you are working on it. So the type of citing can be either you are using Harvard citing style, or APA citing style, or MLA citing style. At Just Life University, we encourage of Harvard style. So at Just Life University, we encourage our students and learners to use Harvard style or APA. Very important. So here at our university, Just Life, we advise our learners and the students to use Harvard and APA citing style. Ensure accuracy and consistency in formatting. You should be able to be accurate. You should be able to rely on the exactly when you're dealing with the citing style that you're using. Very important. And then on the point of review and revise, review your assignment for clarity. Review your assignment for clarity and relevance. Okay, you should be able to review your assignment for clarity and relevance. Very important. Check for grammar, spellings, and punctuation errors. So on your assignment, it is very much important to check for your grammar. You should be able to check for grammar, spellings. You find that you have made a mistake maybe in terms of the spelling, so you should be able to check your spellings, and then also your punctuation error. So when you talk of punctuation error, you're talking of the comma, full stop, and so many others and like that. Okay. So ensure that your writing flow logically from one point to the next point. So in your writing, you should be logical enough as you write your academic assignment. Very important. Okay, so another important tips for a good assignment. Another important tip for a good assignment is that start early to allow time for research, writing, and revision. So when you're working on an academic assignment, you should be able to start early, okay? Because we have seen students who start only when there's only one day remaining. We have seen students who do their assignment at the last point of view, which is very bad, because when you work on an assignment, when there is limited time remaining, you are going to do an assignment with stress. And when you do an assignment with stress, you are not going to get the expected marks that you want to get in that assignment. So this is the reason why we're saying that it is very much important to start an assignment early so that you can research, write, and revise, okay, and amend, okay, very important. Seek clarification from your instructor if you have any question. It is also very much important to ask questions from your instructors where you are not clear in an academic assignment. Very important. Use academic language and avoid any other way of expressing in an assignment. Very important. Maintain a formal and professional tone throughout your assignment. It is very much important to maintain your professional way as you work on an assignment. Okay. Then we proceed to another important part when you are writing an assignment, which is use of Harvard differentiating style. Okay, use of Harvard differentiating style. Remember, we said that at Just Life University, we advise our students and learners to use Harvard differentiating style or APA. So here, I will explain on how you can use Harvard differentiating style. So the Harvard differentiating style is a widely used citation style in academic writing. It is known for its simplicity and flexibility. So Harvard kind of differentiating, it is very simplicity and also it is flexible as you use it. The basic format includes the author name. So the basic format includes the author name, the publication name, and page number. So we're saying that the basic format includes the author name, the publication name, and page number. Okay, so if applicable. Here is a general basic guide for Harvard differentiating style as demanded by Just Life assignment, Just Life University assignment standards. Here is a general basic guide for Harvard differentiating style as demanded by Just Life University assignment standards. So the guideline, okay? So here now we have started looking at the guideline on how you can use Harvard differentiating style. Okay, so here we are looking at book differentiating. Let's say, for instance, you want to difference your assignment using a book. You want to difference your assignment, maybe the information that you are using, you are getting it from a specific book. So if you are getting the information from a specific book, this is the way you difference when you are dealing with Harvard differentiating style. Okay, so author's last name. So the author's last name, okay. So author's last name and then first initial. Author's last name, first initial. Let's say, for instance, you are dealing with James Chafuka. So author's last name. So the last name is Chafuka. So here, last name will be Chafuka. First initial will be J. Are we together? Okay. So here, when you're dealing with book reference, it should be author's last name. Like I've given an example. You're dealing with maybe the book, the book that you are using was written by James Chafuka. So you are going to start with the last name, which is Chafuka, and then James will just be the initial, it is J. So it will be Chafuka J, like that. And then, if the year was 2002, it will be 2002. Title of the book, okay, maybe it can be Artificial Intelligence. And then edition, if not the first one. So if it is the first book, it will be first edition. If it is the second book, it will be second edition. If it is 6th edition, it will be 6th edition. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so another way, maybe you are using a journal article reference. So if you are using a journal article reference, this is the way you reference. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is the author last name, very important. We are using Harvard kind of referencing style. So the author last name, just the way I was previously giving an example, author last name, maybe James Chafuka, so Chafuka, and then the first initial, which is J, and then the year, if it is 2002, it will be 2002. Title of the book, it could be Artificial Intelligence, 5th generation, and then title of the journal, and okay, volume number, if it is volume 110, it will be volume 110. Issue number, maybe like, okay, page number, if it is page number 102, you also indicate the page number. Very important when you are citing using the journal article reference. There is also an example down here where example we have Brown. So remember, Brown is the last number, so the last name. Brown is the last name, and then A, that is the initial from the first name. And then 2010 is the year. Okay, are we together? And then the impact of climate. Remember, the impact of climate at this point is the title of the journal. And then environmental studies, okay, that is environmental studies, and then we have got the volume number, which is 15, and then we have the page number is 123 to 145. That means that's where you have gotten the information from. That is if you are citing using the journal article reference, using Harvard referencing style. Very important. We also proceed by looking at website referencing. That is if the information that you are using, you have gotten it from a website. So if the information that you are using, you have gotten it from a website, this is the way you cite as you use Harvard referencing style. So here, you need to put the author last name as usual, the first initial, year, title of web page, name of the website, available at URL, accessed, day, month, year, okay, so the day, month, or a year, okay? Now let's look at an example on how you can cite when you are using website reference. Let's look at a practical example on how you can cite when you are using website reference. Okay, an example, so we have John. Remember, John is the last name of the author. So John is the last name, and then M, that is the initial from the first name. And then 2018 is the year, okay? And then the future of artificial intelligence, that is the title of the website or the information where you have gotten the title. And then the tag insight availability, and then you have where you can access. Remember, we are using the website referencing. So the hypertext that you're able to see here, the hypertext, which is HTTPS, that is hypertext, stroke www, that is World Wide Web, which is www.techinsight.com. So meaning the future of, so meaning this is where you can find the information. So the moment you click on that link, definitely it will take you to a website where you can get the information. The moment you click on that link there, it will definitely take you to a website where you have accessed the information. Okay, so we also proceed to another stage on how you can write your academic assignment. So here we're still using Harvard referencing style. So here now you are using edited book reference. Okay, so here you are using edited book reference. So the first thing that you're supposed to do on edited book reference is that, so here you write the editor last name, and then the first initial year, and then title of the book, later on there is place of publication, and then the publisher. Okay, so the first thing is editor's last name, and then the first initial, and then the year, title of the book, place of publication, and then the publisher. Now, let us also look at the practical example on how you can cite when you are using edited book reference. So, for example, remember Smith, at this point, Smith, that is the last name, okay? Smith is the last name, and then J is the initial from the first name. And then 2008, that is the year. Okay, and then we have the title of the book is AC of Literature, okay? AC of Literature, and then we have the place of publication is New York, and then academic place, definitely. And then chapter in an edited book, okay? Chapter in an edited book. So when you're looking at chapter in an edited book, we have one practical example there. So we're saying author last name, and then the first initial, the year, title of the chapter, in edited last name, and then first initial, title of the book, place of publication, the publisher, and then page number. That is what is really involved. Now, when you look at, let's look at the practical example here. So we have got Tyler. So here we have got Tyler. So Tyler, that is the last name. And then Anna, that is the initial from the first name. 2012 is the year of the publication. And then the law of technology in education, that is the title. And then in Johnson, N, advanced in education, London, education, publishing. So where you can find the information is from page 45 to 60. So where you can find the information is from page 45 to 60. Very important. So example here is Tyler, that is the last name, and then Anna, that is the initial from the first name. And then 2012 is the year. And then the law of technology in education is the title. The law of technology is the title. So you find the information in page 45 to 60. Okay? As we proceed to another stage on how you can perfectly write your academic assignment. Very important. Okay. Now we proceed by looking at how you can cite when you are using a newspaper. How you can cite by using a newspaper. Let's say, for instance, you are getting the information from the newspaper. So if you are getting the information from the newspaper, this is the way you can cite when you are using Harvard referencing style. So newspaper article reference. So when you are using a newspaper, this is the way you can cite. So newspaper article reference. So here, author's last name, and then the first initial, year, title of article, title of newspaper, day, month or page number. So when you are citing using the newspaper article reference, this is the way you cite. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is, since we are using Harvard referencing style, the author's last name should be the first name, and then the first initial, and then the year, and then title of article, title of the newspaper, maybe the title of the newspaper, and then day or month, page number. Later on, we have the practical example on how you can cite when you are using the newspaper. on how you can cite when you are using the newspaper. For example, Lobison. Remember, Lobison is the last name, okay? And then C, that is the initial from the first name. And then 2019 is the year. And then Lives of Renewable Energy is the title of that article. Lives of the Renewable Energy is the title of that article. And then The Guardian is the title of the newspaper. The Guardian is the title of the newspaper. Okay, and then the day is on the 10th May. So the day was on the 10th May. Okay, and then page number is page 7. So that's where you can actually get the information, the same page 7. So the moment you go to page 7, you expect to find the information based on the lines of renewable energy. Very important. Okay, now let us also proceed by looking at how you can cite when you have gotten the information from a fume. Okay, if you have gotten the information from a fume, on how do you cite? Remember, even if you have gotten the information from a fume, you are using Harvard differencing style. So if you have gotten the information from a fume, this is the way you cite. So the first thing that you're supposed to do is the title of the fume. So the title of the fume. So the first thing that you're supposed to put is the title of the fume, and then the year, and then followed by directed by director's first name, and then last name. And then format, e.g., DVD, and then place of distribution of the distributor. Okay? So the practical example on how you can cite if you have used the information from a fume. The practical example on how you can cite if you have used the information from a fume is example. The name of the movie is the title of the movie is Inception. Okay, so the title of the movie is Inception, and then the year it was produced in 2010, and then directed by Christopher Nolan. So that was the director, Christopher Nolan, and then we're looking at the format. The format is DVD. And then later on the place was Los Angeles, okay? And then we have the distributor who is Warner Bros. That is the distributor, okay? So we also proceed to another way on how you can actually cite your academic assignment using Harvard differencing style. So if you are citing in a text citation, so if you are texting, if you are using if you are using text citation, this is the way you can cite it. Okay. So if you are using in a text citation, the first thing that you are supposed to do is in text citation includes the author last name. So in text citation includes the author last name and the publication year. For direct quotes includes the page number. For example, Smith, comma, for example, open bracket, Smith, comma, 2005, close bracket. Open bracket, Brown, comma, 2010, page number 130, close bracket. Okay, take note. If there are multiple authors, take note, if there are multiple authors, list up to 3 in the in-text citation. So if there are 3 authors that are involved, you need to list up to 3 of them. So if there are more than 3, you need to list up to author 1, 2, and 3. Very important. If there is no publication date, use ND in the citation. If there is no publication date, use N.D. in the citation. For the electronic source, use URL and the date you accessed the source. Look forward for a more extensive lesson about this. However, the information in this presentation may act as a base for instruction in case of a need. Very important. So definitely guys, as Church Life University, we are there to provide or to deliver quality education. We look forward to see you as you join us at Church Life University. Remember, education is a long life process. Thank you.